You bought the Lightning because you wanted the future. Instant torque, quiet power, no more gas station receipts, no more premium versus regular math. Just plug in, drive, and laugh while the other guy watches the pump climb past $100. And now, Ford is basically signaling, yeah, about that. Because the next move isn't just a better battery Lightning, it's an EREV Lightning, a range-extended electric truck. And if you're thinking, finally, best of both worlds, slow down. Because EREV is the kind of idea that sounds like freedom, until you realize it can quietly become the most expensive way to own a truck. Not because it's bad, because it has a hidden trap. You end up paying for two powertrains, and depending on how you drive, you can get the downsides of both. Today I'm going to show you what Ford is really doing, why people are saying this kills the Lightning as we know it, and the ownership math that decides whether EREV saves you or sets you up for the most annoying out-of-warranty truck you've ever owned. Let's get into it. First, what even is EREV? Because Ford's going to market this like it's no compromise, and that phrase is exactly where your wallet gets in trouble. An EREV, extended range electric vehicle, is not a normal hybrid. In a normal hybrid, the engine can directly drive the wheels. In an EREV, the wheels are still powered by electric motors. The truck drives like an EV, but there's a gas engine on board that acts like a generator. When the battery gets low, the engine turns on to make electricity so you can keep going. So the pitch sounds perfect. EV feel. No range anxiety. No sit at a charger for 45 minutes. Just drive. And when the battery drops, you refuel in 5 minutes and keep rolling. That's the dream. Now here's the villain. The villain is real truck life. Towing, cold weather, highway speed, heavy loads, big tires, headwinds. Because under real truck conditions, that range extender stops being a cute backup and starts acting like a full-time generator, working hard just to keep your electric truck alive. And that's where the hidden trap starts. Here's the trap in one sentence. An EREV can become the most expensive version of an F-150 if you don't plug it in consistently. Because you're carrying a big battery, electric motors, high-voltage cooling systems, and a gas engine with its own cooling, oiling, belts, filters, and maintenance. That's two worlds bolted together. If you live in the electric world most of the time, home charging, commuting, short trips, you can win. But if you live in the truck world most of the time, towing, road trips, no home charger, long highway miles, the EREV can quietly turn into a heavy, complicated gas truck that burns fuel to make electricity, while you still pay the EV premium up front. That's the hidden bill. Now let's talk about why Ford is doing this, because it's not because they're bored. Ford built the Lightning as a bold move, and it's a legit truck in the right use case. But the Lightning had one problem that never went away: the gap between cool in your driveway and useful when you tow. If you're a commuter with a garage and a charger, Lightning ownership can feel like a cheat code. If you're a road trip tow guy, Lightning ownership can feel like you're planning a military operation every time you leave the county. That's not hate, that's physics. Towing takes energy, highway speed takes energy, cold weather takes energy, and charging is still inconsistent depending on where you live. So Ford's move makes sense. They're basically saying, we'll keep the EV driving experience, but we'll add a gas safety net. And that's the exact moment you need to protect yourself. Because the marketing pitch will be, it solves everything. The truth is, it solves one problem by creating a new set of costs people aren't pricing in yet. So let's do what we always do. We stop arguing and run the math. We'll build a simple 5-year ownership picture. Not fake precision, just honest direction. Assumptions: 15,000 miles per year. 5 years equals 75,000 miles. Gas: $3.60 per gallon. Adjust for your state. Home electricity: 17 cents per kilowatt hour. Some pay less, some pay more. And we're going to compare 3 lifestyles, because that's where people get trapped. Home charger commuter, mixed driver, some plug-in, some trips. Tow/travel guy, generator mode a lot. Lifestyle number 1, home charger commuter. This is the world where the Lightning makes sense. If you can charge at home and you're mostly driving normal miles, an EV can be brutally cheap to run. Let's say you average about 2 miles per kilowatt hour in real life when you're not towing. 15,000 miles divided by 2 equals 7,500 kilowatt hours per year. 7,500 times 0.17 equals about $1,275 per year. Over 5 years, about $6,400. Now, compare a normal gas F-150 at 18 miles per gallon. 15,000 divided by 18 equals 833 gallons per year. 833 times $3.60 equals about $3,000 per year. Over 5 years, about $15,000. That's why EV owners sound smug. In commuter life, the energy math can save you $8,000 over 5 years. So in this lifestyle, what does EREV do? If you actually plug in daily, the EREV behaves like an EV most of the time. The engine barely runs. You still get most of the savings, but now you're carrying and maintaining a gas engine you barely use. That isn't automatically bad, but it's not free. And that's the first crack in the best of both worlds story. Lifestyle number 2, mixed driver. This is where EREV looks like the perfect answer. This is most truck owners. Some home charging, some highway, some weekends hauling, occasional longer trips. Let's say you do 60% electric miles and 40% generator miles. Electric miles, 9,000. Gas miles, 6,000. Electric 9,000 divided by 2 equals 4,500 kilowatt hours. 4,500 times $0.17 equals $765 per year. Now, generator miles. Here's the key. Generator mode isn't the same as a normal gas truck because you're converting fuel into electricity, then electricity into motion. There are losses, so your gas efficiency can be decent or ugly, depending on speed, load, and towing. Let's be generous and call it the equivalent of 20 miles per gallon for those 6,000 miles. 6,000 divided by 20 equals 300 gallons. 300 times $3.60 equals $1,080 per year. Total, $765 plus $1,080 equals $1,845 per year. Over 5 years, about $9,225. Still cheaper than the gas truck's $15,000. This is the moment Ford wins you. Because you look at this and go, okay, that's it. EREV solves everything. If you like this style of breakdown, no hype, just the real ownership math, you might want to subscribe. I make these so you don't discover the trap after you've already signed the papers. Now let's talk about the part nobody is pricing in, the hidden maintenance and long-term complexity. The EREV hidden trap. You pay EV money, but you inherit gas engine ownership. The original Lightning's appeal was simple. No oil changes, no spark plugs, no belts, no emissions equipment, fewer moving parts. With an EREV, you just invited a gas engine back into your life. Even if it only runs sometimes, it still needs oil changes. And yes, time matters too, not just miles. Filters, coolant service, belts, and the normal ICE stuff that shows up once you're past warranty. And here's the part people miss. An engine that runs rarely isn't automatically better. It can mean stale fuel, short run cycles, moisture, carbon, and weird behaviors that only show up because it's not used consistently. Not guaranteed problems, but not free ownership. So the Lightning BEV is one-world ownership. EREV is two-world ownership. The trap is when you don't live in the electric world enough to justify carrying the gas world. Now the real villain, towing and highway work turns the range extender into a full-time generator. Ford is going to sell EREV hardest to the exact people who complain about Lightning range while towing. And those complaints are real, because towing is the fastest way to turn an EV into an energy-burning furnace. So Ford's pitch will be, tow like a truck, refuel like a truck, but drive like an EV. Here's the truth. When you tow heavy, you're asking for constant power. Constant power means constant energy. Battery can dump energy fast. That's why EVs feel strong. But on a long tow, the battery becomes a buffer. The generator becomes the main source. And now the EREV behaves like this. You're hauling a big battery while burning gas to make electricity to feed electric motors to do what a normal engine used to do directly. It's convenient, but it can also be inefficient. And the hidden trap people will discover is simple. If you're a tow travel guy who rarely plugs in, the EREV can cost you nearly the same as a gas truck in fuel, while still carrying EV-level complexity. That's the worst combo. Lifestyle number 3, tow travel guy, where EREV can become a gas truck with extra steps. Let's say 80% of your miles end up on generator because you road trip, tow, or don't have consistent charging. Electric miles 3,000, gas miles 12,000. Electric 3,000 divided by 2 equals 1,500 kilowatt hours. 1,500 times $0.17 equals $255 per year. Now the generator miles. If you're towing or running fast on the highway with the generator working hard, you might not see 20 mpg equivalent. Let's call it 16 miles per gallon equivalent. 12,000 divided by 16 equals 750 gallons. 750 times $3.60 equals $2,700 per year. Total, $255 plus $2,700 equals $2,955 per year. Over 5 years, about $14,775. Congratulations, you're basically at gas truck fuel cost, and you're still carrying 2 powertrains. That is the hidden trap revealed. Because the buyer thinks, I'm buying EV savings. But their lifestyle forces the truck to live like a generator rig. So the savings disappear, and the complexity remains. So, did Ford kill the Lightning? Not because electric trucks are dead. They killed the simple idea that the Lightning as a pure EV solution works for everybody, because the truck market is split. Some people can charge at home and want the EV experience. Some people want 500 miles, easy towing, and fast refuel with zero planning. Ford is trying to sell one truck to both groups. EREV is their bridge, but bridges have tolls, and that toll is complexity, plus the risk of paying EV money for a truck you end up using like a gas generator on wheels. So here's the one question that decides whether you should be excited or terrified. Are you actually going to plug this truck in, or are you going to treat it like a gas truck that happens to have a battery? If you're going to plug it in consistently, EREV can be brilliant. If you're not, you're buying a heavy, complicated gas truck with an expensive battery-riding shotgun. And that's the buyer who gets punished on running costs, on annoyance, and usually on resale. So here's the verdict. If you're local, have home charging, and rarely tow long distance, pure EV Lightning ownership can still be the cleanest, cheapest experience. If you're mixed driving and you'll actually plug in, EREV could be the best compromise, especially if Ford prices it right. If you tow, travel, and won't plug in regularly, be careful. EREV might solve range anxiety, but it can quietly erase your savings and hand you the most complicated version of an F-150 long-term. If this helped you avoid buying the wrong powertrain for your real life, hit subscribe. Next week, I'm breaking down the cold weather and towing range math that nobody wants to hear, because that's where people get burned. And drop a comment with your situation. And do you have home charging? How many miles do you drive per year? And do you tow? Yes or no? Because the Lightning wasn't killed by technology. It was killed by the gap between marketing and real truck life.